All systems go. Cleared for takeoff.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the SHIPIT Nation PGA First Look for the Wyndham Championship. And a lot of these guys in this field kind of making a little push here into the playoffs. Obviously, Justin Thomas continues to play like shit, but he needs a solid finish essentially to get in. So he's here, some other names as well. But it's for the most part a weak field. We'll get to all that before we do. Just wanted to let you guys know we're sponsored by Drafters. If you don't already have a Drafters account, get on over there, sign up using the code SHIPIT. It gets you a 100% deposit match on $100. You get a $100 bonus if you deposit $100. So get on over to Drafters and use that code SHIPIT. Appreciate your support over there. We have videos basically once a week. Titletown and Marley Title won the $250,000 top prize on Drafters last season. This year, we're producing content, obviously have the drafts going once a week with Title and Marley. So make sure you check it out, hit the like, subscribe on this video. In terms of this week, like I said, the field is not the greatest, kind of similar-ish, I'd say, to last week. The top tier is not what we typically see in the top range. 4 guys over 10K, Sungjae Im, Hideki, Henley, Burns. Burns having a down year. Henley was playing well for a while. He's kind of cooled off. Hideki was, where did he finish last week? He was solid through 2, and then, had a bad round 3. He finished 30th, and then Sungjae missed the cut as well. He's playing well. There's a weather delay, and then it seemed like almost packed it in, but he's the favorite to win this event. I don't know. I mean, this is going to be a volatile week. Picking and choosing up here, I'd say Hideki, I'm fine going with him. He's been playing pretty well for a while. The 30th last week could have been a lot better. Henley, I think, is a guy we can look at 10-2. What are his odds this week? He's like 22-1. Sungjae at 10-8. Man, I don't know. And then Burns. I just haven't really been playing Burns. So, my favorite up here is definitely Matsuyama. Come down a little bit, this 9K range. Again, a lot of guys here we typically don't see. Adam Scott, Lowry, Aberg, Poston, Justin Thomas, and Siwoo Kim. Justin Thomas kind of deserves a conversation of his own this week. And, what you do with him, I think is an important decision. I haven't been playing him, so I'll probably stay off of him. But I guess if you've been playing him, probably continue to play him, but he's just downright not been good. I mean, the Travelers he finished 9th at. Outside of that, 65th, cut, 60th, cut. He's just not playing very good golf right now. I'll continue to be off of him. I like more of these guys. Like Aberg, I'm good with. I'm going to keep playing him. JT Poston, one of my favorite plays, 9.2K. I think he's a phenomenal option. And Siwoo Kim, another guy just not playing all that well. So probably a lot of fades for me in this range. 8K range is where I start to find some guys that I like a little bit more, and it's easier to play them when you consider salaries. Jaeger, I really like him in these weaker field events, continues to turn out pretty solid performances. Cameron Davis, 3M Open, finished 10th. He's a guy that a lot of ups and downs, but certain courses he plays well. I will have to dig into him a little bit more. Aaron Rye, Keith Mitchell coming off a solid performance last week. Hostler, solid performance. Smalley's a guy I like to target in these weaker field events. You got Taylor Moore at 8K. He's been playing pretty awful. And then same with like Adam Hadwin. So, guys that kind of stand out to me first look would be Jaeger, Mitchell, Hostler in this range. I think solid options for us in the 8K range. 7K range is big. There's a lot of names in here, as always. Besides the 1 week where they put the guys down to like 5,500, which they're not doing this week. So a lot of guys in this range. Norman, I think, is a solid option, 7,800. Batia had the win at the Barracuda, didn't play last week. Eric Cole, Dietrich is the name that stands out. Mark Hubbard, I always play in the weaker field type events. didn't get the job done last week, but I'm going to take a look at him this week. Svensson, I do like 7,500. Finished 37th last week. Not great, but again, you're looking for guys that can make cuts here and potentially push their way up into top 20. Adam Schenk, 7,400. Could get behind that. Hoygaard, 7,300. Missed the cut last week, but prior to that, 6th at the Genesis, 23rd at the Open. Justin Suh. Higo, I continue to play Higo, and he continues to get better and better each week. 33rd at the Rocket Mortgage, 21st at the John Deere, 19th at the Genesis, 3M Open, 13th. Do we get a top 10 this week? I hope so, because I'm going to have a lot of them. Nick Hardy, Doug Gim, 5 over, I believe he shot round 1, then fired at 8 under round 2. Finished 27th at the event. Really like him. Going to continue on. Eckroat's an interesting one. Really solid stretch, a couple months ago, then missed the cut at the Rocket Mortgage, 65th at the Genesis, and then missed the cut again at the 3M. He's kind of falling apart here. Lashley made the cut last week, didn't do too much with it, 57th. But again, just need these guys down here to make the cut and then a little bit of a push over the weekend. Kevin Hughes, another guy we can consider. Solid last week, 7K flat. Chesson Hadley had a solid finish last week, finished 27th, fell off a little bit on Sunday, but he was steady all week long. I think he's an option in there. Dafu, 7K, I've been playing him. He's been making cuts. Really steady last week. Didn't have this high-end finish, but 68th, 69th, 70, 69 for a T43. Chad Ramey made a cut last week. I think he's a guy to consider. So a lot of options here. And really, you can finish a lot of teams in the 7K range, depending on what you do at the top. Unless you want a ton of Sung Jae or Matsuyama and stuff like that. Like, you don't necessarily need to go below 7s. Now, I'm going to play some guys below 7s. We'll talk about them here on the show. But you don't absolutely have to go super low, depending on how you build your teams. I think there are a lot of solid options in the 7K range. Then once we get down to the 6K range, things kind of, start to fall off a little bit. We'll find some guys, but definitely more risky. Do us that favor, though, as always, like and subscribe to this channel. We appreciate your support. A lot of good things coming for NFL. We'll have our main PGA show tomorrow with myself and Tambo breaking down the entire slate deeper, tier by tier, talking about almost all the relevant guys in this field. So hit the like, hit the subscribe, and make sure you're joining us tomorrow as well. All right, let's travel down here, see what else we can find. David Lipsky, 6,900, solid option down there. Callum Tarrant's guy I like playing, 69. Neesmith, 68. What did our Quest guy do last week? So he made the cut, 50th, not great. Yeah, I could probably play a little bit of him. I think he's a fine option for us down there. Harry Hall's a guy I usually get some exposure to. Has not been playing great, though, man. He hasn't been playing great at all. Maybe we'll reconsider that one. Michael Kim, what's he been doing? A lot of miscuts. Yeah, no thanks there. I think Snedeker had a solid finish. Oh, man, he fell apart over the weekend. So he was good through rounds 1 and 2, and then face planted over the weekend. Yeah, probably not him. Carson Young. It was a nice stretch, but man, it might be over for him. Troy Merritt, maybe. Zach Blair, I liked him last week. He finished 13th. I think he can have success here as well. So interested in him. Peter Malnati's a guy that I'll have some exposure to. What did James Hahn do for us? Made the cut, but just a terrible finish. 62nd, but he's only 6,400. So I think we could potentially play some of him. We'll have more guys tomorrow in the 6K range, but again, you don't have to come down here. When you start building out your teams and look at roster construction, you'll be able to finish a lot of teams in the 7s, again, unless you really want some of those upper end guys, Hideki, Sung Jae Im, Sam Burns, or Henley. So yeah, I mean, roster construction, be very flexible this week in terms of what you do. But yeah, that's going to do it for the first league. Like I said, tomorrow myself, Tambo, we'll have the main show where we go through and talk tier by tier and all the mostly relevant guys on the slate, talk some roster construction. Then our content starts to drop usually tomorrow night, Wednesday afternoon, and we are pretty committed. We're very committed to getting it out early so people have time to digest it and build their teams and make their decisions. And then always we're in Discord talking whatever you guys want to talk about. If you have questions, you can hit us up in the Discord, and we answer the questions relatively quickly. So get on over to SHIPITNation.com, $59 for the month, $599 for the annual package. NFL right around the corner. Now is the perfect time to get in. Our NFL product is going to be industry leading and industry changing. We love what we have ready to roll out. So make sure to get on over to SHIPITNation.com. Check it all out. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. Myself, Tambo, breaking down the slate. Let's go ahead and ship it this week.